have temporarily closed because of a shortage of HGV drivers for their tankers. The firms say they're working to address the supply chain issues.
The sweet
Susanna
sounds
Streeter is an investment and market analyst.
BBC bullshit news. Hello everybody. Will, not everybody. Alright, little bro. Alright, bro, how are you? I'm walking around talking to the camera, which is great. Here is my retort to your previous video regarding guitars and strings and stuff. So I've just finished my day trying to see how low res I can make this video, and going to talk to you in response to your video about some strings on some guitars which I like to play. So here we go. Now this is the weight, right? This is the guitar that you know. This is one that Jeff made for me, and it's made of an old drawer from a post office, allegedly. And on the back we have, I pulled into Nazareth, was feeling about dead. I just need to find a place where I could lay my head. It's the lyrics to the song. The Weight, spelt incorrectly. Nice one, Jeff, by The Band. Very exciting. Which happens to be one of my favourite songs in the whole bloody world. Now, we're talking about string gauges. Now, to compare and contrast, here is a very different guitar. Something I'm probably going to part ways with very soon, just because it's an antique and I don't trust myself with it, to be honest. But this is a 100-and-something-year-old parlour guitar called a Hilliard. But inside there, I wonder if we can see, it says the Chicago Music Company. I'm pretty sure it's flecks of old blood as well, which is so fucking cool. But here it says the Hilliard. It's what you call a golden era guitar, which means it was made in the period of the First World War, when materials were so scarce that they had to make the guitars out of as little material as possible. So it weighs nothing. It weighs absolutely nothing, and it's spectacular. That has something called silk and steel strings on, which, as far as I can remember, are extremely lightweight. So something like an 8 or a 9 on the top here, and I don't know, 40 something on the bottom. On the understanding that if you put anything higher on this bad boy, the entire thing would turn into a donut. Because if we have a look at the surface of the plate, you can see there, there you go, just what the rise is on the surface of this guitar. So here is a lot higher, a lot more bulbous than on this side. That's because everything is pulling this way. Come on! And so that's why it really shouldn't be even open to the elements out here right now, just because of the moisture content in the air. So, but I wanted to get some good lighting. So they have silk and steel. You should look them up. Silk and steel strings are absolutely lovely. It's in open D right now, nice and low tension. To give you an idea of the sound, I'll try and set this up so you can maybe see a little bit of play in. I wonder if you'll be able to see me do this. Nice and jangly, but it's got this beautiful sustain. hopefully the microphone on this camera can really pick that up. The sustain of the guitar is the thing that's the most amazing thing about it, because it's so light on material, it means everything can just vibrate freely. There's no mass restricting the movement of the top plate of the guitar. Not that that really matters too much, because as you can see, the top plate is cracking, and that's like it it was like that when I got it. But I need to give it to someone who's going to look after it better than I have proved myself able to. So that's one extreme. Those extremely jangly, prescribed strings because of the guitar's delicate nature. Now, the other extreme you can go to is a guitar that's made of basically an old piece of junk. So, and turned into something amazing. So the neck on this guitar is a real guitar neck. It's bolt on, so you can see there's a screw. It's from a different guitar. I don't know which guitar it was from originally. It feels like it's a Martin copy of some type, like a Sigma or something. Jeff's put his own stuff on there. And I use this mostly for slide playing, but I've put customised pins in there as well, which are really nice, little bits of abalone. And it's made to look like it's a resonator, but it's not a resonator. It's just a box with a reinforcing strip down there, so the whole thing doesn't collapse in on itself. Just tune that properly. Again, an open D thereabouts. Now what Jeff's done along here for me is put a few extra screws in here, because this guitar has seen some bloody action with me. It almost, the top plate on this almost completely snapped off. Now you can see it's a whole level more extreme. If I get down to level, you can't even see the bridge. It's below sea level, so you have to get up and look down into it effectively. Quite funny really. But yeah, the whole thing, because it's not really a proper top plate of a guitar, it's not a soundboard, it's just a drawer, it's a piece of ply. But because it's easily fixable, or you know, for Jeff to fix, I know that I can treat it relatively mean, because it can keep being repaired. Because the beauty of this guitar is in, well, the beauty of the guitar is in the whole thing coming together in harmony, but particularly this pickup, made by Elmar's, I offer, at Sixtus. They're great little stick-on single coils. They're lovely pickups. Now, string wise, which was the most important thing, this at the moment has got a custom set on, which is basically a set of 13s. So this will be a 56, I think, maybe, I can't quite remember, but a 13 gauge, so you get a nice bit of chunky meat on the bottom, but you end up with a 13 on the top. But because you can probably see, well, you can probably see there actually, if you look at these two just on their own, you can see that they look pretty much the same, which is actually, this is actually thicker than that one. This is a 16 that I took off another set of resonators, another set of John Pierce resonator strings. It's a 16 nickel, and that would be a 14 or a 15, I can't remember, from the 13 set. It'd be worth looking up. The reason that I do that is because that means that this string is under a huge amount of tension, and it sits nice and proud off the top of the neck, because my slide will rest on here, and what I don't want is it to nick. I don't want it to have this sound, my nail, but as it glides over the frets. But we'll do a bit more demo work on these in a different video when I'm actually plugged in, but for now I just wanted to show you what they look like. I will do a little demo without a slide of the old weight. Ooh, hello. Just check where we are. This is so exciting, isn't it? It's a lovely shed. So hear that resonating. It's not really a resonating, it's more of a buzz. Anyway, that's about 10 minutes. So what we've covered there is a set of two extremes that I have there to do with guitars that I play. I'll take you back in now. So I'm just kind of copying your walking around thing, because there's something about motivational speakers at the moment. They're just walking around talking to themselves. I think it's a good thing for people to watch is someone walking somewhere talking. It's like you're in their head while they're just chatting away, chatting bollocks like I'm doing right now. Shut up, Peg. Here's the bitch. Yo. Now, that radio is going to go off, and well, no, it's not going to go off. What I'd also like to do in these videos, slowly introducing the vinyl collection, is talk about tracks, particularly now. Maybe one track per video, Will, that you just like to direct my attention to. This album was produced the year I was born. It's a folk record. This guy is a bloody legend, like Dick Gaughan. This track is the opening track. It is called Erin Go Bragh, which is a very historically significant phrase and indeed song about a guy who goes to Scotland, gets in a fight and kills a police officer by accident, I think. But it's great. Listen to the guitar at the beginning. Dick Gaughan's style is inimitable. What a great word that is. It almost sounds like the track is skipping, because his I don't know what the word is, but he does this flicker with his pick that is comes from a style of playing which is probably from bouzouki playing, I should imagine. But have a listen. Don't take my word for it. Listen.
This country for money's and mine. I've travelled through Ireland, Scotland and all, and the name I go under's go.
Erin Go Bragh.
One night an old tree as I walked in the streets, a saucy big pole with a chance.
Anyway, I don't want to put too much on there because the video might get censored or something. But anyway, that's it. I'll put a link into the video to that song in the description below. And yeah, hopefully that was interesting. Look forward to whatever you're going to do in response to this. Bye, little bro.